14 killed in an attack in northeastern Kenya, and government officials in Lesotho are adamant the mountain kingdom is not in crisis. Well, we're joined this morning by political economy analyst Israel Mkhize to talk to us in our Africa Review. Israel, good morning and thanks for your time. We'll start in Kenya, and I mean, we see 14 people killed on Tuesday by Al-Shabaab gunmen. After Garissa University in April, we thought that the government would clamp down a little more and we wouldn't see these numbers, or we wouldn't see so many people killed. We wouldn't see Al-Shabaab being able to do this so easily.
Right. Indeed, the government came out very strongly when there was an attack on the students. But you need to notice this attack now is on the laborers, on the workers.
Yeah.
So they're not just sporadic. They target very specific, productive victims, if you will. Number two, you have to link it to the unfortunate ongoing Islamic or Islamic extremist during the Ramadan month. You remember what happened just recently in Tunisia, in Yemen, and in France. So you would not isolate these things. There is a sort of a connection where there's the zealot extremists within the Islamic bloc.
Well, look, it all has to do with Somalia, and one has to wonder, where are we? Where is the Kenyan government? Where are the African leaders in solving this so that we don't see more of these?
Well, the reality of the matter is that you would always have what we call the official line or the official narrative within a zone or a bloc, where those who are government in power have a particular narrative, and you have people who feel disenfranchised or who are dissatisfied with the government in place, who may either form what we call the rebel bloc, or just go on an extremist kind of out-and-out military-oriented resistance. So you find that even government, because government will also be constrained by policy, I mean, intelligence policy, military policy, they cannot just send an army and say, just go and shoot, or behave in the same way that the terrorist group would be behaving. So you find that government's arms are sometimes tied behind their back by policy on how to engage. You see in Nigeria, when Buhari came in, he promised that he would deal with the Boko Haram. Yeah. But it's not as easy as just going there and saying, let's bomb. You have to consider policy, collateral damage, and so on.
And also finding them, because they blend very well into the local community.
Exactly.
Let's move on to Burundi, and we see after Pierre Nkurunziza claiming victory in the parliamentary elections, we see presidential elections coming up a week from today.
Yes.
We also see a Burundian general who backed the failed coup in May, threatening now to launch an armed uprising against Nkurunziza. Are we going to see smoke in the streets again?
Well, it's a really unpredictable situation right now because you have a lot of senior guys who know intelligence, who may have also outside resource backing, like the deputy in the Justice Court and some senior guys in Nkurunziza's cabinet who fled the country. So with this general declaring this comeback, he's probably not going alone. He knows that he's got a senior backing and also on the ground. But you have Nkurunziza's, party claiming 77 seats of the 100, and they're saying, no, look, 98% of the voter turnout came outside of the capital city. But for me, the biggest concern, between 2012 and 2015, there was a commitment up there in the AU development program, where US also committed $444 million US. To say, it ended up amounting to 2 billion in the reconstruction of the post-conflict Burundi. So where there would be interest in developing mining, in developing the agro-business, in developing, because at the time between 2012 to 2015, it was projected that 60% of the government fiscus would have come from the donors. So all of those important development are actually being compromised by these tussles for power. And it's but again, other people are asking why the neighboring leaders like Rwanda, like Museveni there, why aren't they condemning out and out what's going on there? Then there's a speculation that even they themselves are likely to be interested in a third power. Yes, that term, so they don't want to find themselves.
That seems to be a big problem.
Yeah.
All right, and very quickly, we have enough time just to talk about Lesotho. It's all been very confusing. The government of Lesotho is saying there is nothing wrong. We have a task team, or a team led by Deputy President Cyril Ramaphosa, goes there and says, look, it seems like we have a problem. And now we have an autopsy that everybody is waiting for on the body of the Maparankwe Mahal.
Right.
And I don't know if that's going to yield any answers or stop what's going on in any way. So we have to ask, what exactly is going on in Lesotho, and why do we have to, will that investigation solve the problem?
Well, the weight thrown behind the investigation and the pathological team that's going to be sent, Namibia and Zimbabwe and South Africa have promised they'll get the body in Bloemfontein. But you have to go to 1986. You'll find that there is a chap who overthrew, who made a coup in Lesotho of one prime minister who had reigned from 1966 until who took advantage of the 1970 flexing of the monarchy powers, where he was said there's going to be a separation of power between the monarchy and the executive. So there was a coup in 1990, there was a coup again.
Seems to be the trend in Lesotho.
It seems to be a trend, and it's beginning to recur. The problem though is that now it's inside South Africa. So South Africa has a very serious direct interest with Lesotho stabilizing. Obviously we don't want to find ourselves embarrassed that with our intervention, with the recent attempted coup, and then we facilitated the elections, then again there's a fallout, So all of those, that's what drive the main interest for.
Seems to be calm for now. Let's wait and see what happens. Thank you very much for that insight. Political economy analyst Israel Mkhize in our Africa Review.